Hey people, I'm live. Welcome to the Saturday night live stream walk. It's a nice mild night. The last couple of days have been really beautiful weather. I think it was just about 20 degrees today. And it's still in the high teens. So, let's see who we got in the chat here. Hello, Gertij and Viserit. Hello. And Dave in Bangor, Maine. How you doing? Good evening, Alan K. Kwan and Harjot. And Susan Young, hello. Steve Mikra, Michael Stern. COVID Hippo, hello Gio and Yahia. And Jennifer Gala. And Hunter Stewart. And 12 is here. Good evening, 12. And Marie Palmer and Schnurtchick. And that's all I see so far. We'll see who else pops into the chat as we continue on. Oh, I see Mental Man is here. And Vivian Johnson. Good evening, Vivian. Welcome to all those who enter the Continuum. That's right. And we got Jenny and Novokos. Hello. Novokos made it right at the beginning of the stream. And Sapand. Hello, Sapand. What's the temperature? I think it's like around 18 degrees or something like that. Quite mild. And I'm just around the corner from where I live. I'm at the corner of Jarvis and Dundas here. Oh, that was a sudden strange noise. Hey Dan, how you doing? Yeah, it's a beautiful weekend. And hello Wanda in New Haven, Connecticut. Welcome. And Sunjid. And Rain Oneful. We got people yelling at each other over here. Some of the old Jarvis and Dundas is rearing its ugly head here. This corner used to be a lot sketchier, but it got transformed by condo developments over the last 10 years or so. It used to be a lot different than it is now, but some of that old flavor is hanging on. Hey Mike Crichton, how you doing? And Capellan. Hey, hello Kevin Hawthorne in Lakeland, Florida. She's still yelling over there. Hello Darlene Labadee, how you doing? They're just yelling up a storm at each other there. So this is what the corner looks like now. It's all tall condo buildings. So I thought I'd walk up Jarvis. I haven't live streamed up Jarvis Street in, I don't know, a very long time, I think, all the way up. Hello, Ali, BHG. I don't know why that car is sitting on the sidewalk. I don't think that's supposed to be there. There's no parking spaces on this side of Jarvis. I think there are on the other side. I don't know. In any case, the sidewalk is not a parking space, so I think someone should inform that person, right? Hey Saeed, how you doing? Hey, Romachek is here. Hello, Romachek. Hey, Falcom. Thank you very much, Falcom, and welcome. Welcome, Falcom. That almost rhymes. Hey, good evening, Whitby dude. And you can see all the leaves I think are at peak coloration, or whatever you want to call it. We're at peak autumn here in the city. Hello Nabil in Syria, how you doing? Welcome to the Saturday night Toronto live stream. Hey Zandra, hello. My weekend's been pretty good, Jenny, so far. Romachek, I'm not sure about Halloween night itself, but I'll be doing a live stream the weekend before Halloween. Like Halloween's on Monday, so Saturday or Sunday night I will do a live stream. And I think Megan's gonna be in town for that one. We have something planned, something fun and Halloweenish. Hey Clifford, good evening. Got another new condo going up right here. It's going to be a tall one. Coming up to Gerrard Street. And there's the famous Hooker Harveys. I wonder why their light isn't on. It looks like they're closed. Well, maybe not. I see people inside. Hey Jim Martin, how you doing? Maybe she'll make a costume, yeah. She did just post a new video on her YouTube channel. So anyone who's checked out some of her previous videos, take a look at her latest one. I think it's her best one yet. And there's still a link to her YouTube channel in the description of this live stream. Talking about Megan, of course. Hey Michelle S, how you doing? Yeah, that's why they called it Hooker Harveys back. Well, they still call it that. Just, it's like an old name now that just never went away, but at one time it had meaning. Tom Seeley, $5. What is my favorite horror movie? Well, thank you very much for the $5 super chat, Tom. Let me think now. Horror is not a big favorite genre of mine, but if you include The Fly, the David Cronenberg movie, The Fly, with Jeff Goldblum as horror, I would say that. That's an awesome movie. If we're talking more traditional horror. I kind of tend towards sci-fi. So sci-fi movies with a horror element, like The Thing, stuff like that. The Fly. Yeah, fair enough, Ellie. Some people love horror, whereas I tend to just be like, meh. Other than a few choice movies here and there. Yeah, if you consider Alien, the first Alien movie, to be horror, then yeah, I would put that on my list. I do own that movie, and I also own The Fly. And the cool thing about The Fly is that even though they don't come right out and say it, it's more or less takes place in Toronto, that movie. There is one shot where you can see the CN Tower. And David Cronenberg, of course, is a local filmmaker who sets most of his movies in Toronto. Not all of them, but most of, especially his earlier movies, were all set in Toronto. Carlton Street. Stir of Echoes. You know what? I don't know if I've seen that one. There are a lot of scary movies that I just haven't seen, simply because that's not a genre that I seek out.
Ground zero emotionally.
So, if you were to list off a whole list of popular horror movies of the last 20 years, I bet you I haven't seen like the majority of them. I think the last horror movie that I went to see in the theater was probably the Blair Witch Project. So that was over 20 years ago, right? Hey, Michael Wynn, how you doing? Yeah, I never saw Hostel, never saw The Grudge, all those movies. Never bothered. Jarvis Street. It's more or less a traffic funnel. Not really horror, yeah. 23 years ago, yeah. Oh, I said over, didn't I? Yeah. Tremors? I don't know. I might have seen that one. That's the one with the big worms underneath the ground, right? I remember watching Cujo. That one scared me pretty good. I was just a young kid when that one came out. When it came on TV. Speaking of Cujo, oh, run for your lives. Those little dogs are gonna kill us all. Yeah, Bonsai scratched himself in the eyeball. That's Megan's dog. He'll be okay, I think. He has the cone of protection on over his head now. Christine, I did watch that movie quite often. So I guess you could count that. I like that one. I just liked all the 1950s music in the movie. Because Christine would only play 1950s music on her radio. Look at these beautiful old mansions here. Jarvis Street at one time was a wealthy corridor lined with mansions. Hey, John Burke. There's another one. Of course, most of these are no longer used as residences. They have restaurant or other uses now, institutional, commercial. Because wealthy people probably don't want to live on Jarvis Street in one of these old mansions. Because now Jarvis Street is this. Hey Alina, how you doing? I think the most famous of the old mansions is now a keg restaurant, and that's just up ahead. People just call it the Keg Mansion. Falcom, no, I've never been to Asia. I've only been to Europe. Hey, Saeed. I'm very well, Lena. And here's Wellesley Street. Up that way is the Church-Wellesley Village. That's where Johnny and Action Kid and I did a little tour through there. That was pretty fun. Those cookies were so good. So here's the Keg Mansion. Imagine if that was still a house. Hey, well, thank you very much, Sunjib. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy my channel. Yeah, supposedly that is haunted. Maybe I'll come here on my Halloween stream. Hey, Chuck Diamond, $20. Ken, always love your walks. Well, thank you once again, Chuck, for your awesome support. So glad you enjoy all the walks and live streams and everything else I do. It's awesome to have you here in the live chat. more of these nice old mansions across the street. I haven't been to Stormcrow Manor yet, no. It always seems like a fun place though whenever I walk by. I'll have to put it on the list. I think maybe next time my friend Jim comes to visit me, maybe I'll see if he wants to go there. It's supposed to be a neat place to go if you're into like geeky type stuff, and I am to a degree, and Jim certainly is also, so that might be a good place for us to go. Hey, Toronto Seagull and Toronto's doo-wop music guy. You're waiting to see the Beach Boys. Well, that sounds awesome. Is Mike Love still performing with them? As long as Mike Love is there, it'll still be the Beach Boys. I mean, obviously Brian Wilson is important, but if you want to get that Beach Boys sound with the vocals, you need Mike Love. Craig O'Connor, $10. Great night for a walk. Well, thank you very much, Craig. It is a great night. I'm just wearing a hoodie over a t-shirt, and I don't even think I need the hoodie, actually. I might have to carry it around later. Hey, funny dog. Hey, has Megan popped into the chat? Chat flew by, I didn't even see her pop in. Hello, Megan. Can't see your... Oh, there you are. Okay. Yes, the King Edward. That's the plan for our Halloween live stream. The haunted bathroom at the King Edward Hotel. I can't wait to go check it out. So maybe I'll cross here. Because up ahead, Jarvis Street turns into Ted Rogers Way and kind of veers off. Hey Fernando, how you doing? When will I be heading to the West Coast? In about a month. Less than a month now, actually. Middle of November. First we're going to go to Edmonton though. And then after a few days in Edmonton, then we'll be going to Vancouver. Wear it like a skirt. And here's the head office of the Evil Empire. Don't tell my brother-in-law I said that. He's a very important person at Rogers. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of it anyway. John G. Sarowick, the temperature is upper teens, like maybe 18 Celsius. John Burke, yeah, my sister moved to Vancouver last year from Toronto, so she's a relative new Vancouverite. She still comes back to Toronto pretty regularly though. I've had a few videos with her and my nephews on some of their recent visits. Hey Jay Smith, how you doing? Can I come to Montreal? I would like to go to Montreal. There are no immediate plans, but that's definitely something that I could see happening. I think that would be fun. There's Charles Street. Calm down there, buddy. Because I had one foot on the curb and the other foot not on the curb, the guy felt like he had to honk at me. Oh, is that true, Bill? Yeah, that big tall condo, I take it? That's just south of Gerrard. I haven't heard anything personally. I just live a couple of streets over from that. I can't hear anything from my place, but I suppose if you're right on Jarvis, you might. Hey, O'Brien Wilkinson, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Sometimes it's, yeah, we're kind of almost expecting it to be snowing when we get to Edmonton, or at least there might be some snow already on the ground.
It's not easy to run from that shit, you know? No, it's not because of that.
The only restaurant I went to Action Kid with while he was here was Pizza. Just for a brief little refueling between some of our collab videos. Hey Lucky A, how you doing? And hello to Vane. Toronto in 3 days. Wow, the countdown is on. We'll be here before you know it. And O'Brien Wilkinson, $5 super chat. Well, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate that. Yeah, he didn't do a review of what he had at Pizza. He didn't have pizza, he had something else on their menu. That was just strictly a I need fuel kind of stop. Factor 0, no comment. No comment about what? About pizza? I can understand that. I think it's best not to comment on pizza. Hey, Brad Palmer, how you doing? Hey, Maureen Bruce. Toronto in 24 hours, says unknown. Wow. Oh, that's cool, Sunjib. Tastes like cardboard. Yeah, I find when their pizzas are fresh out of the oven, they're not so bad, right? As long as they're still hot and fresh and the crust is still nice and soft and all that. But once they've been sitting in that glass display case for a while, the slices, yeah, it becomes cardboard pretty quickly. Hey, Robin Shepherd, hello. Rancho Mirage, California. Yeah, we got Fans Buses Gaming in the house. This is a nice church here. I think it's there, but it's actually over here too. It's big. That's a big one. And here's the Manulife head office. Much nicer than the Rogers head office. This building is actually one of the nicest old office buildings downtown. I'm not sure, Jenny. Did he step on that church back there? Is that what the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man did? Didn't he step on a church in Ghostbusters? Nobody steps on a church in my town. Hey, the Mockeries, how's it going? Which area do I like? I like lots of areas. I like this area. Yeah, we just passed 200 viewers, concurrent viewers. Awesome. We're all enjoying. Anyone just joined the stream, welcome. Come out and say hello in the chat and hit that subscribe button. And hit the like button too. And any other button you happen to see, just hit them all. I'm ever going to do a home stream. I did a home stream a little while ago with Megan. We did a Q&A. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Took a while for me to agree to it though. Megan was asking me to do it for a while. I was pretty resistant. Novel costs, did you? I don't remember. Is it only 13 now? Okay, feels warmer. Whitby Dude, I did. I looked on Google Street View from a few years back and it was just a very nondescript 3-story building, not an old historic one that looks like it was built in maybe the 1950s or 60s, just a plain boxy 3-story building, so it was nothing significant. So I think whatever they're building now will be an improvement. And music, hello Ken, I'll be in Toronto November 11th from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I love Toronto. By the way, come check out Pittsburgh. It's small but will keep you busy. Thank you very much, music. Yes, I would like to check out Pittsburgh. It's only a 5-hour drive from Toronto, which is kind of surprisingly close when you think about it. You know, that's assuming traffic is not a factor. Like, The highways are nice and clear. But yes, thank you very much for the $5 music, and I hope you enjoy your time in Toronto. I would love to go to Pittsburgh sometime. And Jenny also $5 for having a clue for having a clue most times what I'm talking about. So was I right about the church there, Jenny? But yeah, thank you also for your support. Very much appreciated. Well, that's even including the time driving to the border. It's only about a 5-hour drive. But that's assuming there's no traffic on the QEW and all that, which is never really the case, right? There's always traffic. But distance-wise, in ideal conditions, you can make it there in about that amount of time. Where have I been in the US, mental man? I've been to Detroit, because I was born in a town just more or less across the border from Detroit. And also I've been to Buffalo, I've been to New York City a couple times, I've been to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and a couple places in between on the way. I've even been in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I didn't see Michael Scott though. I'm very disappointed. And Port Huron, Michigan also. I went there before. Yeah, I do not smoke. No smoky for me. Oh, the weather's great, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but I'm missing some comments here and there. It's not intentional. Romachek, you're originally from Detroit. Nice. I wasn't born in Windsor, but I was born in a town nearby, close to Windsor, a small town. A small, gritty, industrial town. There's the biggest downtown library there, looking all kind of neat at night. Some of the Bloor Yorkville skyline there. Does my back ache in that town? Well, they do call it Wallace backache. No, Wallaceburg is the town that I was born in. And I know Tilbury, yep. I'm familiar with all the towns and cities in southwestern Ontario. Kent County, or what used to be Kent County, and Essex County, and Lambton County, all those places. Windsor is an auto-making city. They make cars there, just like Detroit. It's just across the river from Detroit. Yeah, Ali, I think Ontario and Massachusetts share a lot of names in places due to a lot of the British influence. It's very heavy, right? Especially Southern Ontario. Southern Ontario, in some places, almost feels like New England. The eastern part of Southern Ontario, southeastern Ontario, or far eastern Ontario. Places like Brockville and Picton, those kind of towns, they almost look like they could be in New England. Yeah, Chatham. That's southwestern though, but still. So here's where Church Street ends here at Yonge, and then you cross Yonge and it becomes Davenport Road. Yeah, the old Masonic temple right here, ROM cupboard. I did a tour of that building during Doors Open a few years ago, and it's really neat inside. There's a lot more to it in there than you would think. Seems to go on forever in there, with all kinds of rooms and levels. Oh, for sure, novel costs. Yeah, I'm pretty positive there are. So I'm going to walk up Davenport Road up to maybe Avenue, and then I'll start heading south on Avenue Road. Jennifer, not at this point, but later on. I think Yonge Street might make an appearance later on in the stream. Well, yeah, Davenport Road isn't usually bustling with people much, so it's always a little bit sleepy here on this section. Hey, Alan K. Kwan, $5. Happy Saturday, Ken. Well, thank you, and happy Saturday to you too, Alan. Thank you very much for your support. Yeah, it is a very good day. I just chilled all day, slept in, caught up on some of my YouTube subscriptions that I like to watch. Toronto Seagull. I don't think I'm going to make it as far as Philosopher's Walk. I think Avenue Road will be as far west as I go. I'll definitely check that out on another video or stream. I have done before many times. Let me cross here. Hey, good night, Jenny. Thank you very much for popping by, and thanks for your support once again. I'm glad I was able to get your references. Do I have to push the button? Wait. Wait, wait, wait. Hey, Watcher, how you doing? Andy, I think I'm going to keep it short for a little while. Eventually I'll grow it back out again. That's been the pattern for like a very long time. Grow it, shave it, grow it, shave it. So here's where Bay Street begins. So if you head south down here, Bay Street will take you all the way down to the shore of Lake Ontario, through the longest skyscraper canyon in the city and in all of Canada, I would say, and one of the longest in North America for sure. Do a mullet? I've had a mullet before, funny dog. When it was acceptable to have a mullet. Gabriel, the Cooper fan, well, thank you. I've gotten a lot of people saying that they prefer the short hair, but I've also had people saying they prefer the long hair. It's always been that way. I'm just glad that I seem to look alright with either short or long hair, so sometimes you can look odd with one or the other. Yeah, the leaves kind of stayed green for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, boom, they just started changing quite rapidly. In a matter of a week, it seems like things went from still very green to very colorful. What does Megan prefer? Well, at one time she said she preferred the long hair, but then I think she's changed her mind now. And it can take long to dry. Mine, luckily, I have very fine hair, so even when it was long, it dried fairly quickly. Within a half an hour, it would be dry. Hey, Dahlia. The worst haircut. Yeah, I wasn't overly thrilled with the haircut. It's funny now, can laugh about it now. In Noble Cost, I used to be blonde, you know. I was a natural blonde when I was younger. Up until my teens. Once I hit puberty, my hair started turning brown, but before that it was very blonde. Even when I was 11 years old, 12 years old, it was still blonde. Amari Fernando, hello in Brazil. And Fernando Prats, hello in Chile. Yes, the autumn is very beautiful. Arctic blonde, that's right, funny dog. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be joining the Arctic blonde club one day. Trick-or-treating? Oh yeah, trick-or-treating is still very popular, at least for the most part. More so in certain neighborhoods. In my sister's Toronto neighborhood, Dufferin Grove, it's very popular with trick-or-treaters. She would get like 1,000 kids trick-or-treating at her house. Like literally 1,000 kids. But then other neighborhoods, you'd be hard pressed to see any kids trick-or-treating. Like mine, you don't really see it in my neighborhood. Today, and I'm sure there's going to be tons of Halloween parties at some of the night spots. I'm not really up with all that stuff, so I couldn't really think of any offhand, but probably be pretty easy to find out. Maybe like the Toronto subreddit might have some information, or some of the other websites like blog.to. Alright, so we're still making our way along Davenport Road here. I think this is Hazelton. That'll take you into Yorkville. I think that was Hazelton. Not 100% sure, but... No Queen in Augusta. Yeah, I heard about that, Dahlia, yeah. There was a shooting at Queen in Augusta last night. A guy was killed. I'm not sure what the circumstances were, but happened outside on the street, as far as I know. Yeah, it might be a targeted kind of thing. There's still some gang activity in that Alexandra Park area, so I don't know if that had anything to do with that. And here is Avenue Road. And looky what's across the street. Doing a live stream.
Oh.
Yeah. On a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Sorry? I just don't want to be in your camera.
Oh, okay. It's just a live stream on YouTube. Right.
Please don't put me in your camera.
Alright. Just keep going. Yeah. So anyway, there's Ken's flowers. Look at that, eh? Yeah, we had a potential dingus there, that lady up ahead. She asked me what I was doing taping the street, and I told her I was live streaming, and then she said, oh okay, but please make sure I'm not in your film. So there she is up ahead there. I mean, what am I supposed to do, walk backwards? She can't be in my film, so I have to walk backwards as long as she's ahead of me. So I'm just going to walk backwards for the rest of this live stream until she turns around a corner. I bet you any money if she turns around and sees me walking with my camera pointed towards her, she'll make a scene. Maybe I'll cross the street. If I can cross the street. She's wanted, yeah. Geez, lots of traffic here. Oh well, she's far enough down now. I'm not going to worry about it. I just know that at some point she'll probably like look behind her just to see, is he walking behind me now? Oh no. At least she said please, yes. Ken Flowers, what a coincidence, yes. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, hey, neat. And in my most recent video on my channel, Through the Junction, I found Kenneth Street, so that was kind of cool. Most people don't care, nor should they. They're literally out in public, just walking past someone for a few seconds and then they're gone. It's not like they're starring in my video in any significant way. They're just a blip in time, that's all they are. Hey Total Tech, how you doing? Yeah, if they're nice about it, I'll point my camera the other way until they're away from me or whatever, sure. That's no big deal. But if they're just walking past and I'm just walking past and then they make a stink about it after they've already appeared in my stream, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't go and edit a live stream. Was I Kenny when I was younger? Yeah. I think so. I think by the time I was in junior high, I started trying to get people to call me Ken. But before that, it was mostly Kenny. This is all really fancy retail here along Avenue Road. This is sort of like the western edge of Yorkville, a very upscale neighborhood. Yes, it was a very beautiful day, PAG. I did have the can-do attitude, yes. Wayne Cito, no, but I wish I did. I want to see something convincingly, you know, paranormal. So I really hope when I go into the haunted bathroom at the King Edward Hotel, I'll see something. But I'm almost 100% certain I won't. But I really want to. Hello? Hey, David Resor, how's it doing? Or how's it doing? How you doing? I was going to say how's it going, but then how's it doing came out instead. Let's just say that's what I meant to say. It's a new thing. Hey, how's it doing? Can I walk? No, I'm just going to walk. There's looking into Yorkville. And I guess they knew condo was going on this corner. Did the Aussies say that? Really, Ali? No, it's not so crazy then. Morton's Steakhouse. Morton's the Steakhouse. That's right. It's not just any steakhouse, it's the steakhouse. David, Megan is probably watching while she's sewing, would be my guess. She popped into the chat a little while ago. And we're walking past the Park Hyatt. This is a very nice hotel. I recently did a video inside the hotel going up to the rooftop bar way up there on the top. And then the view from up there is amazing. In some ways better than the view from the CN Tower, even though the CN Tower is like 1,000 feet higher. But the view just seemed to have a lot more character to it. And speaking of the CN Tower, where is it? We should see it now anytime. I'm on the wrong side of the street. If we were on the other side, we'd see it. She probably does have a thimble collection. There's the ROM. So this is the hotel. So from the top of that, you look down this way, and you can see right on top of the ROM here. So you think it looks cool from this perspective? You should see what it looks like from above. It's really neat. I'll let this person go. Now we're at Bloor and Queen's Park. That's the Mink Mile, but we're going to walk south here along Queen's Park. I'll just get to the other side of the street. And there's the tower. Yeah, Royal Ontario Museum. Goethe's, yes. I guess this is where you first came across my channel. This place was crazy during that trucker convoy. And here's another museum here, the Gardner Museum. Named after the same person that the Gardner Expressway is named after, I presume. I mean, I'd say that's the most likely scenario. Dally, I'm not really a hockey fan, but if I had to support a team, it would be them. When I was a kid, I was a bit more into hockey and other sports, and I did have Toronto Maple Leafs hockey cards and all that sort of thing. And I knew who all the players were and all that kind of stuff, but over the years I just lost interest. Now I couldn't even name anyone on the Leafs roster now. I'm a bad Canadian. So it is a different Gardner. Well, what do you know, right? What are the odds of that? How many Gardners could there be with things named after them in the same city? Well, thank you for that info, Nani. It's a bit quiet around here. We're just coming up to Queen's Park itself, the actual park. We're only an hour in. I think before the stream is over, I'll find myself in some more lively areas that might begin with the letter Y, or might begin with the letter D and the letter S. Wait! 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 YMCA. You got it, Susan. Taking us to the YMCA. We're gonna do some disco dancing. YMCA. Zali, is she in Toronto? No, she is in a different country than I am. If she was in Toronto, she'd probably have appeared in a video or a live stream by now with Johnny or myself. David Reeser, you're in grade 8. Yeah, that's cool, man. I remember when I was in grade 8. And my nephew is in grade 8, I believe. They've even got construction going on here in the park. I think this has something to do with the subway. I'm not exactly sure. I think I heard mention of that. The subway runs right underneath the park here. This is Queen's Park. Probably the nicest looking sizable park downtown. It's still not very big, but it's one of the larger parks right in the heart of downtown anyway. Trinity Bellwoods is not really in downtown, it's more like west of downtown, but close by. Some people hanging out at the statue. Check out all the colors, even at night. It looks a lot more colorful in my phone screen than it does in real life when I'm looking at it. We go to Our Lady of Fatima School. There was a school with that name in my hometown. That's kind of neat. I guess it's a common name for a lot of schools in a lot of different places. Yeah, it sounds like fire truck sirens. At least they're not drunken sounding this time. Like, hey Doug, how you doing? PAG is in Napanee, the hometown of Avril Lavigne. That's all I know about Napanee, other than it's in Eastern Ontario. Kind of way down there, way down the 401. Small town, Avril Lavigne. That's right, she said, "See you later, boy," because she was a skater boy. There's Wellesley Street. You want to give me a blanket? Well, that's very nice of you, Dahlia, if you have a blanket that you want to give me. I like to refer to this as the Ghostbusters building of Toronto. Just reminds me of the building in the first Ghostbusters movie that they had the big battle on. Hey, Panorama Witness Girl, hello in South Florida. Welcome to the live stream. And a big welcome to anyone else who just recently joined the stream. Hello. See, we've got over 200 concurrent viewers still. At one point it was getting close to 250, I noticed, and then it dipped back down. So yeah, come out and say hello if you're new. Just hit the subscribe button. Come and join all the fun in the chat. Do I like Arthur? I mean the kids show? I'm kind of indifferent, I guess you could say, to Arthur. I think I was a bit too old when that was a popular show. Here's the Ontario Legislative Assembly. I kind of know what Arthur looks like, and that's pretty much it as far as my knowledge of Arthur goes. I might have come across an episode or two when I was flipping around through the channels. But I think I was born a couple of decades too early to appreciate the greatness that is Arthur. Ziggy Marley. I remember him. I remember he had that hit song, Tomorrow People. Tomorrow People. Magnificent building. Even though what goes on there is often a bunch of ridiculous nonsense, but the building itself is pretty incredible to look at. Do I know Shiitake mushrooms? Is that another show? Or is it the food? Even when Megan talks about kids shows from the 90s, I have no clue about a lot of them. I'm like, yeah, I was into grunge music in the 90s. I wasn't really into whatever was popular on YTV at the time. Hey, Scott Briggs. Hey, no worries. Robert, you grew up with the Smurfs? Yeah, that's kind of more my time as well. The original Smurfs TV show too. In the early 80s, right? Neville 6000, me too. I grew up with all of those shows. Basically everything from the Flintstones and Tom and Jerry all the way up through the mid 80s, whatever was popular on Saturday mornings then, that's what I watched. That was back when Saturday mornings were a big deal when you were a kid. You got up at 6 or 7 in the morning just to make sure that you got to watch all of your shows, and they'd be on all the way up until 6 o'clock at night on some channels. I remember usually starting at 4:30 in the afternoon, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner hour, as they called it, would come on, and that would be the last cartoon of the day. Here's College Street. Michelin Doherty, have a good night. Glad you could catch the stream. Yeah, the 24-hour cartoon channel kind of took away the urgency of watching cartoons when they were only aired at special times. That's what made it fun. Sherry Lewis? Yeah, I remember her. I do remember Pinky and the Brain, even though I was definitely older by then, but it was a good show. Alright, so on University Avenue, this is Hospital Row. Not a lot of action here on Hospital Row on a Saturday night. But we're going to head east on Dundas Street once I get a couple more blocks down. Vivian Johnson, yep. That sounds like what I did. I also remember on Sundays I would get up to watch something called the Sunday Morning Funnies. Anybody remember that? They played like old movies, comedy movies, with like Abbott and Costello or Laurel and Hardy or Jerry Lewis movies, Lewis and Martin. So Sunday Morning Funnies, that was something I was a big fan of. I watched all those old comedy movies from the 1940s and 50s and early 60s. Basically until Jerry Lewis stopped being funny. Wayne, we're going to head that way. I'm not sure if that's where I'll end the stream, but we're definitely going to head through that area. Guy's dog is dragging him down the street. There's Gerard Street. Whoa, crazy gimbal. There's my battery. Geez, I'm doing good. I'm at 53%. Almost an hour and a half in. I think because the weather's a bit warmer, the battery is lasting more. Last time it died a bit earlier because it was so cold. I don't know if that's a permanent display. Astro Boy, I used to watch that, yeah. And Battle of the Planets, G-Force. We're talking about Japanese cartoons that were kind of reworked for the North American audience. I think Battle of the Planets was one of my favorites. In Japan it was called Gatchaman, and it was a lot more darker and less kid-friendly. But they sanitized it for the North American audience and took all the extreme violence out. And it had the best theme song, right? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Berenstain Bears, yep. I read all those books. Even though it's actually spelled with an AI, everyone seems to think it's spelled with an EI. That's kind of funny, right? The Mandela effect. Yeah, the evil planet Spectra, Zoltar. Space Ghost, coast to coast. Hey, we're almost at Dundas. Alright, things should liven up a bit now. I'm going to head west along Dundas. There's an entrance to St. Patrick's Station. I remember that old cheesy Hercules cartoon. I think it was from the late 1950s or early 1960s. It was really super low budget. And Hercules had a little friend, a little centaur friend called Newton, I think, or Newt. Yeah, just Newt, I think. Hercules, da 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 da. Hercules, da 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 dee dee da da.
Anyway.
Hey Herc, right? That's how he talked. But then at some point his voice was more nasally. I remember the first time I saw an episode where his voice was like, hey Herc. I was like, what happened to Newt? His voice has changed. I preferred his more Mickey Mouse sounding voice. The bad guy on Hercules, was it Daedalus? I think it was Daedalus, right? Was it Newton? I guess it was Newton, eh? Why do I think it was Newt? It was Newton, okay. I'm not going crazy. Well, that's because there was another little friend of theirs called Toot. That's right, Toot. He played like a little pan flute thing. So there was Newton and Toot. Hey, Funny Dog. $5 for a root beer float. Adios. Well, thank you very much, Funny Dog. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It's always awesome to have you here. And I'm sure I'll run into you again on the street one time. I think that's happened, geez, how many times now? Like 4 or 5 times? Have a good night. Yeah, and Barney on the Flintstones too. I hated that when they changed the sound of one of the voices. When you're a kid, that's pretty jarring, right? It's like, ah, what's this? Is the live ending? Not yet, David. I still got plenty of battery life left here. I'm at 50% battery still. So here is Little Tokyo, as they have dubbed this area. It's good to see these places open. The last few times I walked through here, it still seemed like half the places were not even open after a certain hour, but everything seems to be open now. They are definitely an assault on the battery. I'm surprised it's holding out so well. Usually by now I'd be at more like 40% or 35%. It's suddenly gotten quite a bit busier as soon as we dipped over onto Dundas Street. Once again, look, garbage on the side of the street. Things you supposedly don't see in Toronto. And honking horns, things you supposedly don't hear in Toronto. You see? I get a kick out of how people jump to these conclusions after watching a live stream for 20 minutes. Hey, Factor Zero, $10 for the kid in all of us. Bin Master, Toy Fund, or Root Beer. Wow, thank you very much, Factor Zero, for that awesome super chat. Hope you're enjoying the walk. And yeah, it's fun to talk about all the nostalgic kid shows and that sort of thing. I could really just go on and on talking about that stuff for hours once I get going. Sidewalk cyclist, more sidewalk garbage. Alright, so I'm gonna go
No, it's actually fine. It was a kind of slow.
south first, and then I'm gonna make my way north up Yonge Street into Dundas Square from that direction. Because I got so much battery power left, I don't have to rush to Dundas Square before the phone dies. Let's just take a little gander at Nathan Phillips Square. We'll check out one square and then the other square. Yeah, Whippy Dude, I heard about that. That's going to be a major pain in the posterior. I'm actually not looking forward to dealing with all that, recording videos, live streaming around that area. Hey, have a good night, Marie. See, it's so much better when people smile when they walk past, when they see that I'm live streaming, and they smile and they think, oh, isn't that nice? That guy is doing something possibly entertaining. Good for him. Alright, David Resor, hey, it was awesome having you in the chat. I hope to see you again another time. Have a good day tomorrow. Enjoy your Sunday. Time to go climb a fire escape. I don't think I'm going to come across any fire escapes on this particular live stream. I'm in the wrong area for fire escape action. Oh, thanks, Clifford. So here's Nathan Phillips Square. And the aroma of weed is strong in the air in the square. I can smell it hanging in the air tonight. It's Ottenrot. Welcome to Ottenrot. Media monitor, yeah. It would have to be a lot of money, yep. I don't think she could afford it. There's no water in the pool.
Hey, No littering.
Got rowdy Utes. Utes being rowdy. Gotta watch out for them Utes. I don't know, isn't it kind of early for them to do away with the pool? The weather's still warm for a little while. Scott Briggs got the reference. I'm sure some other people did as well. There was a huge protest here today at Phillips Square regarding the whole situation in Iran. Looked like there was thousands of people. Hey, David Clippert. Yeah, there's always chess players there at that little corner. There's a whole bunch of tables there. Bay Street. Ding dong. Yeah, that was old City Hall. Oh good, I haven't missed it. Isn't that what Scrooge says after that scene? After that line? Hello. We got two different styles of bus here. The one on the right looks a lot bigger than the one on the left. Hey, Mental Man, have a good night. Sapan knows what kind of buses those are. One was hybrid electric. There are some fully electric ones, and they run along Bay Street, I think, or they used to. So we're in the financial district now. Yeah, Scott Briggs, you can drive for like a few hours, right, to the far eastern end of Long Island from New York City. It's quite a long way. The transit buses, no Wi-Fi on those, unfortunately. Here's the St. Regis. Busy on Bay Street for a Saturday night. I thought the financial district was supposed to be dead on weekends. Not always the case. Yeah, it's still very mild out. I don't even need this hoodie. I'm definitely a little bit on the warm side with this thing on. Yeah, we're going to head over to Yonge Street as soon as I get to King. That way we'll get more of the Yonge Street experience instead of walking directly to Dundas Square from Dundas Street. Hey, Ashrani, that's awesome. Hope you're enjoying. Any 6 a.m. walks in the future? Well, I'm sure there will be. Nothing is immediately planned, but I just tend to do these things on the spur of the moment. And there's a CN Tower sighting between these two buildings, but that is slowly getting covered up by a new building that's being built blocking the tower. You'll still be able to see the top of the tower, but the shaft below the observation deck is going to be all completely blocked, which it mostly is already. You might still be able to see the observation deck though. We'll see how it goes. It might be partially blocked. Yeah, I never wear shorts. I'm just not a shorts kind of guy. It's nothing to do with showing skin or anything. I just don't like how they look. And here we are, Yonge and King. I'll do my patented TheKenContinuum 360 pan. Of all the skyscrapers here. There we go. Alright, so still at 40% battery. Gonna head over to Yonge Street. The Mary Tyler Moore Show. I remember that, yeah. Is this open? Just out of curiosity. No. No, there's like an awesome lobby in this Commerce Court North historic skyscraper. The lobby is really, really awesome. I'll have to go in there another time. I did go in a long time ago in a pre-recorded video. Yonge Street. David, no, my apartment is very small. It's not pet friendly. I used to have a cat a long time ago, but I'm not really interested in having a cat or a pet anymore. He does have a big bag. It looks very heavy. Yeah, it's pretty busy here, I would say. Yeah, that's true, Novocaust. I would not be able to avoid it. It would be very hard to keep that thing from stinking up the whole place. Toronto Seagull, I am.
David and I laughed at each other about you. I know. Another more about the entire night.
Baby, if you'd ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP.
You're the one who's more hungry than me. She ate before this. I mean, I'm still hungry. Just run out real quick. Just run out.
That was a good show with a good theme song.
Can we join? I look less good in comparison, but you know what?
Do you want to say hi to the live chat? Yeah. Say hello.
Hi.
There you go. Have a good night. Media monitor, I don't think so, because it usually won't be detected if it's just me doing a half-assed impression. They need to hear like real cues from an actual recording or something before it'll get detected. Hello, Andy Wood. Hello, Steph Lewissaint, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome to the stream. We're heading north on Yonge Street. Very busy. Thanks, Robin Shepard. Thank you very much. I just found the channel. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you come back and watch more streams and check out my videos. I do this on the regular. Yeah, I think the warm weather has definitely brought everyone out tonight. It's like the last gasp of summer. Well, you know, summer's long gone, but it feels like the last gasp of what was a pretty good summer. Hey, Michelle Gray. It's -5 and snowing in Calgary. Ugh. That doesn't sound good. My name is TheKenContinuum, or just Ken. Crossing Queen Street. Got some Muzak. I haven't really encountered any Muzak much during the whole stream so far. I think that will change once we get up to Yonge and Dundas. And I guess there's a show here happening at the Elgin and Winter Garden Theatre. What is it? Peter's Final Flight. I have been lucky so far, Megan. We'll see though once I get to Yonge and Dundas if my luck continues. Yeah, that's pretty neat, right, Andy? Toronto can lay claim to some pretty cool things that you can't find anywhere else.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I went by there, the building on, what street was it? In Yonge and Eglinton neighborhood anyway. The apartment building where they threw the TVs, yeah. That was pretty fun. I will cross here. Try to avoid more Muzak. I did recently get a I did recently get a copyright claim on one of my videos when I walked past some Muzak. I had to replace the audio for that clip. Huge crowd coming out of Massey Hall here. I wonder what the performance was there tonight. That's like the Carnegie Hall. It's like Toronto's Carnegie Hall, more or less, here. We got a bunch of annoying crotch rockets. Alright, Megan, enjoy. I will see you very soon with some more antics from Michael Scott and Dwight and all the rest of the gang. Yeah, I'm curious who was performing at Massey Hall here tonight. If anyone knows, just put it in the live chat there.
I haven't even listened.
Looks like it was a packed house.
had my
Yeah, that's what I want to know, Alan. Dahlia, I am still on. The battery is lasting a good long time tonight. And we're about to enter the chaotic epicenter of Canada. And already I can hear all the copyright music. Alright, let me get a handle on this music here to see if it's something I should have to mute or not. Is it anything recognizable?
Where do you want to go?
I don't have a place. Where do you want to go? Do you know where you want to go? No, and I don't either.
They're arguing because they don't know where they want to go. Do you know where we want to go? I don't know where I want to go. Where should we go? I don't know. Let's fight about it. Everything is mutable here. It's all sort of blending together, right? Into one big indecipherable noise. I hear like Indian music. I don't know what else I hear. I don't know where to go. Where should we go? I don't know. You tell me. At least they're in agreement about not knowing where to go. So that side of the street over there is where all the crowds are, but it's also where all the music is. So can't really go over there unless I mute the audio. But that kind of takes away from the experience, right? Sarah Milliken. Okay, thank you very much. I guess Sarah Milliken has a lot of fans. Yeah, it is very busy. Let's go this way. All right, Whitby dude, have a good night. Miss Sam the Record Man. Yeah, at least the old signs are still up there. Still reminisce. Maybe I'll just mute the audio and I'll just take a quick little jaunt through all the crowds over here. So I'll be back, or the audio will be back in a flash. JP Atherton, $5. Thank you very much. And you have a nice evening too. I appreciate the super chat very much. All right, let's get back away from the music. Hearing impaired version. Don't get trampled, yep. I'll try my best. Oh my goodness. What is happening over there? Ay, ay, ay. Let me get away from this. I learned the hard way that just because it's not English music doesn't mean you can't get a copyright strike. Or claim, anyway. Hey, Marsha Mack, how you doing? Yeah, the computer didn't go deaf, that was just me. Oh, let's do the pan around. They still haven't turned on this new screen over here. They installed it a couple weeks ago. I don't know what's taking them so long with turning it on. Well, I'm thinking maybe I'll wrap it up here. I still have 25% battery left, but I'd rather end it when I still have battery life than have my phone be completely dead at the end of the stream. So thank you everyone for joining me on this Saturday night walk around downtown. Started off a bit on the quiet side, but it ended up pretty loud and chaotic here. So thanks everyone for all the awesome chats. Thanks to all the new people who joined and subscribed and came and said hello in the chat also. It's good to see you here. I hope you come back for future streams and videos. And be sure to hit the like button if you liked it. And thanks to everyone who sent a super chat, super sticker, PayPal donation. I appreciate it very much. And I'll do another live stream in 3 or 4 days. And my daily videos on days when I don't do live streams, of course. So have a good night, everyone. I will continue. And I'll see you all again very soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye! And subscribe.